today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to take a look at the Battle of Khalkin Gol, or Gol, July to August 1939. This is a game that has not been released yet. This was sent to me from Princeps Games to take a early look at, so I need to do an unboxing and then play it, right, and do another video. But I thought I'd do the opening up video so you can see what some of the things that are included in this box. Now, this is a pre-production demo version of the game, so I do not believe that this is, the final. Everything in this is the final production value. In fact, have been corresponding with Princeps Games, and there's a few things that are not included in this box that I need to add to the mix to properly play the game, as well as maybe pull some pieces from a previous game. I've done some of the Princeps games. They were kind enough to send me, Freezing Inferno, and I think I need to pull some pieces from this in order to properly play the new game. But that's no problem. I mean, it's a pre-production game. It is kind of a demo game, just to see what's good about it, or get a feel for what it is all about. But I'll put a link to Freezing Inferno. I've done some material on this game, and I actually need to get this to the board, get to the table a little bit more, so you can see what this game is about. But this is an exciting game from Princeps Games, and I've actually covered one of their earlier games, March on the Drina, and I'll put a link to that as well. I've done a few things on this, and again, I have to get this to the table a little bit more. I try to before I do like a after action or a gameplay discussion video, quasi kind of review game of the game, I like to get it played a few times other than just once. And so that's why I need to get this to the table more, and I need to get Freezing Inferno to the table more. But now I've got some another priority, which is getting this to the table, because I know that they are in pre-production mode, and I think they would like to know what people think about this game. So here is the Battle of Khalkin Gol, July to August 1939. So this is one of the earliest battles in World War II between the Soviet Union and Japan. So let's get into the box. There's really no back stuff on this one. Again, I don't know if this is what is going to be, how it's going to be distributed as far as the look of it when it comes to production time, but this is the way it looks now. So I don't know if they're going to put a back piece and show you what the game is all about or not. So I really don't know what to expect in this box, because I really don't do a lot of pre-production games. I've done some playtest of games, but a playtest kit is usually a lot different than a pre-production copy. I've gotten a few pre-production copies from Lock and Load, but those are all but done. This one, I don't know if this is at that stage of being all but done and just making some minor tweaks or not, but here is what we're going to take a look in here. So here's the box, nice big box here, kind of a coffin box of sorts. And this is something that I saw in Freezing Inferno, where they have these pads in here. These are just single-sided, but you have these pads, which I wonder if this kind of continues on from here, or if it's a different, or continues on from here. Not sure. But they have these pads in here where I think you can like mark forces or keep track of stuff on there, but they have a whole pad of those. Those are kind of interesting. Here are the counters. And again, just a disclaimer, I don't know how close this is to final, but it is enough to play, because I do want to play it and then share my thoughts with both Princeps Games, but also with you all, so that you guys can figure out, is this a game for you? Not a lot of games on this battle. There's a few out there. I think I've covered I think I've covered at least one. It might have been a magazine game on this battle, but a real early battle, and an interesting one at that. So let's see those counter sheets. Let's just open these up and see what we have in here. The counters are generally good, thick quality. At least that's been my experience. I've only messed with 3 of their games. I don't know I think they might only just have those 3 games. Ooh, they come out pretty easy. Look at that. That's already coming out here. So it looks like it's maybe anti-aircraft there. Well, they come out real easy. See, there's some HQs, and they're double-sided. And that is the thickness there. Again, I'll keep saying that caveat. I don't know how close this is to being final, so your mileage may vary, but it should probably be at least as good a quality as this. Boy, they really do come out pretty easy. Just touching them, they're coming out. And they're pre-rounded, so no need for clipping. Good thickness there. And they are double-sided. Well, look at that, they're just coming out. They want to get onto the board. All right. So it looks like we have, oh man, that guy came out already there. Huh. Might be missing one. I think he came out. Don't know which side which one he was for. I'll have to look in there. I think there was a couple of I don't know if there was a counter mix issue in this copy. I have to look at my notes, but there was a few things, like there was a change to the map board and some counters that you had to pull from Freezing Inferno, which I think were more administrative type markers. It's kind of weird. That just popped out right there. It's already on the floor. So I don't know if I'm missing a counter there or not, or if it'll just show up somewhere. So those are the counters. Oh, it's in the bag. So it's in the bag. Here is the boards. Oh boy, my girls are gonna like the poppies. Now this is cool. They did this in Freezing Inferno. I really do like this. You kind of have a storage unit set up. It feels like one of those those boxes that you buy, or the Euro games do this a lot, where you can buy an insert that you put together yourself, and it stores everything. So their games come with this insert already in here. So you can see that there are nice thick boards in here. That's something else I like about Princeps games, is their quality is really nice. So we have this board here, really good thickness. Looks like this is a track, espionage and deception track there. Then we have a espionage and deception track for the Soviet Union. So you got Japan and the Soviet Union. So have a deception track there. Then we have a list of abbreviations and terrain costs. This is kind of your terrain guide. Terrain attack modifiers, unit characteristics. And you have an action sequence. So here is how the game's played. I don't know much about this. They sent me the rules, and I haven't had I've been traveling, so I haven't had a chance to get through the rules. So I need to compare this to Freezing Inferno to see if they're starting to create a kind of a series of games that use some of the same rules, or if these are completely different. I need to look into that. And sorry, I don't know that off the top of my head, but again, I've been traveling. Here's your airbase strength. That's for the Soviets, it looks like. Here's airbase strength for the Japanese. Sorry for any glare. That's Japanese. Very, very nice thick boards. Here's your combat's results table for both of them. Again, these are good, thick, quality boards there. And then we have, this is just a standard board here, weather conditions. So you have a weather board here. And again, don't hold them to that. There might be changes to these. They might change some of the format or the text or the layout, but this is what what the copy comes for gameplay purposes. Looks like we have some big cards in here. Looks like we have some smaller cards in here, 2 smaller decks in here. And these might just be for, oh, we got dice. Gotta love dice. So we got an 8-sider, a 12-sider, and 2 20-sides. Cool. What do we have in here? And then we got even a smaller in here. I feel like this is like one of those nesting dolls. We just keep finding more stuff in here, even smaller. So let's take a look at these cards, and then we'll get into the map, which I think will be the rest of it. Don't know if the rules are bundled in here or if I just need to read the rules from what they sent me, because they sent me the rules that I was able to print out, and I did have the best of intentions. I took them with me as I was traveling, and I just didn't get to here are the rules that I printed out. So and I printed them double-sided. I think it was like 40 pages maybe, so like 30 or so pages, 31 it looks like here. So your rules, I imagine the final rules will look drastically different, but here it is just a printout. So I do have the rules in case they're not in this bundle here. So these are these big cards, and this again was reminiscent of what I saw in Freezing Inferno. So again, there might be kind of a continuation of a series or a system here. These are the event cards. I remember those from Inferno. So those are the event cards. Put those back in the box here. And we have these cards here. Getting a little bit of static cling on me here. You're getting to see my knife skills, which are not good, and don't be scared if I cut myself. Then you'll see the subsequent videos with band-aids on my fingers, right? My hands are, I've been diagnosed with carpal tunnel, so my right hand is not, it goes numb really quick. It's not going numb just opening this up, but it does go numb at times, and makes it harder to play games these days. Just a little bit, I'm not complaining. So these are interesting cards. Here's Japanese. What is that? This just has the name of the game on it. A little dark, but they're using actual pictures where they have them. I mean, I imagine they might, who knows if they're going to fill that in before production. Again, this is all pre-final here. Here's the Soviets. Now there's a game, a movie. If I get time, I'll try to grab it so I can make this Kilroy Goes to the Movies too. There's an excellent movie that this battle is part of it. It's called My Way. It's a Korean movie. And it's based on a true story. They did embellish quite a bit, I believe, in the movie itself. They make it. I mean, it's an amazing story. Sometimes when you have an amazing story like that, you really don't need to embellish, but I think they did anyway. But it's about a Korean man who gets drafted into the Japanese army, fights at this battle, and then is taken prisoner by the Russians, and then gets sent to, either breaks out or gets sent to Europe as part of the Soviets fighting the Germans, and then ends up being captured by the Germans or gets enlisted in the German army and is actually at D-Day. So, I mean, fought for the Japanese and held by the Russians and fought for the Germans and was at D-Day. So and fought in this battle as well. So quite an interesting story called My Way. It's in Korean, so there's subtitles. So this is defense cards, attack card, and defense cards here. Looks like that must be for the Soviets. And these are for the Japanese. So that's interesting. Some little cards here. Again, I don't know if they're going to add any additional art or change the text or anything, but this is the way the cards look as of right now. I really don't know where they're at in this whole production copy. I think they're pretty close. I mean, if they got this whole, they at least have the storage all kind of mapped out, very similar to Freezing Inferno. So I got to believe they're relatively close to final on this. See, some smaller cards here, and these are just numbers. I think we had these in Freezing Inferno too. It's been a while since I've been into that game. So there you have it. So there's those cards there. So I'll just put these back in the same little areas that I found them for now, because you want to get to the map, because their maps are really good. There we go. Look at that. Knocking stuff all around. All right, so let's move. I'll put the rules back in there for now. Let's look at these maps here. Oh, listen to that bubble wrap. And it's my understanding, I talked with, when I was following Freezing Inferno, I started reading some of the other related information about it, and I think that Princeps actually took some of the advice of Mo's Game Table, Maurice from Mo's Game Table, in changing some of the map. I think they originally were just going to use the original map that had, I mean, it was very interesting art, very almost a fantasy kind of art that you expect to see on a D&D map. But they end up having a dual-sided map that had more of a traditional, what you would expect in a war game offering. They did that on the flip side. So I wonder if they're gonna. Yeah, it looks like they're doing that with this map too. So you got, and again, this looks like this is definitely not final production. It looks like they've just sealed or used a sticker sheet to put on the back side of the map. So their maps are bound, they're good quality, so this is not, and this art might not be final either. So I think, again, this is just pre-production copy that they're sending for to be played and to get a feel for the game. So let's see here. I'm running out of table space here with all my paper and other stuff. Let's just see if I can make some room here. And we'll look at both sides of the map so you can get to see what is in store here. But, quality and the storage is starting to become a kind of a staple for them, at least their last two games. March Andrina didn't have the story, but it had good quality too. It was a little bit different kind of game. It had a real interesting aspect to it that had used magnets. So for your strength indicators, you just put magnets on the bottom of these pieces. They had like standees, and that was really kind of, I've never seen that before, and that's kind of interesting. So I'll put a link again to that video, so go take a look at that if you want to see what am I hallucinating about. So I need to move some more room here. This is a good sized map, so you get two maps, at least in this configuration. Again, I don't know if they're going to change that for final production, but you get two maps, and they're dual sided. So this is the one that has more colorful terrain. A little bit more vibrant rendition or reflection or showing or display of the features of your terrain, your river, and forests and roads and the like. On this side of the map, this one doesn't look as, I don't know why they would need to have two sides, because this one looks fine as it is. The other one looked fine too. It was a little bit more interpretive of a map, and the graphics were not what you normally see in a war game. So I think that's why they made the other side a little bit standard. So, but you can see all the major stuff. Here's the Khalkin Gol River. Again, I'm mispronouncing that, so apologize for that. And you got some other rivers here and some ranges here. So let's take a look at the backside and see what we see here. So I do need to get this to the table to play, but I got to open it up first. Then I got to go back and look at all my emails and find out what pieces do I need to add. I don't think I have to add a whole lot. There was I think there was a bridge that was not showed right, and they'll get that fixed for final production. And then there were some counters you had to pull from Freezing Inferno. I think were more administrative. And then, I don't know, I think that there wasn't a lot. So, we'll see. So here's the other side of the map, which is, you know, a little bit, you know, not as graphic, not as visually pleasing maybe, but it's a little bit clearer though. I mean, you definitely can see the terrain, the delineations of the terrain and types of terrain very clearly. It's just, you know, filled in hexes. So if you're, you know, used to multi-man publishing maps, then, you know, this is definitely something you're more accustomed to, just straight up color, not, there's no, you know, elevation lines or anything. I mean, nothing of any graphic display other than just the pure color for the terrain on this one. So, and I imagine they'll do that in the final production, just like what they did with, you know, Freezing Inferno as well. So there you have it. This is what is in the box so far. I mean, there's more stuff I think I need to get to. I have to pull again some pieces from Inferno, and they sent some stuff that I have to print out. It might just be a label for the bridge over the river. There was a bridge that was not shown. I don't know where that's at. I'd have to look. There's a few areas for bridges over the river, and it might be on the other side of the map too. So it might not be. It might be something that is not for both sides there. Anyway, so there you have it. This is what you get in a box, or at least potentially what you get in the box. This is not final. And I know I'm missing some stuff here, but one of them fell on the floor and the other one is in the bag. So it's in the bag. Just dump it out of the bag so you can see that there. So I want to thank the fine people at Princeps Games for sending me this so I can try it out. I want to share it with you. This is exciting. This is kind of a preview, pre-look of what is coming out here. Then I also want to get some playtime in this so you can see what that is all about too, and we can talk about it a little bit. But and then hopefully by that time I will definitely have looked through the rules and compared it to Freezing Inferno and see if we are starting to build upon something here. There's some things about this that looks a little bit different, so I don't want to commit to that yet. I just need to go through these rules first and understand really what's going on here. Anyway, so that's what I have for you today. Hope you find this interesting. Again, I want to thank the good people at Princeps Games for sending this. I know they sent it out to a few other, not to a large group, just to a small group of content providers, and I feel very honored to be among that small group. So there's some very, very good content providers and quality people out there. So, but this is a good community, and you know, if you're watching my channel, you'll probably watch the other channels as much or more, and that's okay too. I'm not jealous. I'm just happy you stopped by, and I'm just happy I can share some of this stuff with you. So anyway, that's my preview, surprise look, teaser, whatever you want to call it, for and I'll keep mispronouncing it. Khalkin Gol, the Battle of Khalkin Gol, which is a very, very early battle in World War II, July to August 1939. And to comply with my own internal rules to make this an official Kilroy Goes to the Movie, the movie I was talking about was My Way. Most powerful war film since Saving Private Ryan. Well, I don't know about that, but still a good movie. It's from the director of Taegakgi. Again, mispronouncing that. The Brotherhood of War. That is about the Korean War and about two brothers fighting on each side of the Korean War. That is a very good movie. You know, especially some very good war scenes. But this one is good too. As again, I just feel like they, you know, it's already an amazing story, and I think they just filled in some of the holes to flesh out the movie. And you know, sometimes I don't know. They could have left it as amazing as it was. But here you go, read a little bit of the back there to see what it is about. But no, this is a good one. I watched this. I think I watched it online, and then I picked this up because I had to have it. Anyway, there you have it. It's not going to stay there. It's not going to stay there at all. Anyway, there you have it. That is my unboxing today. Again, want to thank the very good people at Princeps Games that sent this to me. This is a really cool looking game, and I'm anxious to get it to the table and see what it is all about. Thanks all. Thanks for watching.